Welcome back to Phase 3 Gaming Podcast.
Gaming podcast.
Gaming podcast.
Gaming.
That's enough.
Brought to you by podcast. Jesus Christ. Ruckus, you're such a dictator. Jesus Christ.
Gotta keep you boys in check.
All right. Golden boy Jules Jorgensen here with his silky voice. Welcoming you back.
So, Jules, I haven't asked you at all. How you feeling lately, man?
I feel great. I don't feel sick at all. I feel like $1,000,000.
I'm gonna assume you got better like one day ago the way you're talking, man.
Something like a day ago. I felt just like 100%. Know what I mean?
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Frank, you sleep deprived? You been getting some rest? What's up with you?
Feel a little bit of both, about half and half, but overall I feel pretty good, man. You know, more than I usually get, so I feel all right. You know.
What do you get, like 3 hours of sleep in the week?
Yeah. I'm usually like 10, 12.
Oh my God.
I feel like Frank is secretly having a battle with Freddy Krueger that he doesn't want to tell us about because then it'll make Freddy stronger. So he just can't sleep throughout the week.
If I did tell you that, it would get worse. So, you know.
Wait, why does it get worse?
about
It
it.
only
That's
gets
how it
worse
is.
if you're scared of him, right? Like that's it.
No, well, the more his name gets out, the stronger he gets, right? So the next thing you know, he's in our dreams and everything like that. So
He's got blade
we don't want that.
fingers.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I just picture Wesley Snipes on his fingers.
How? Oh.
We're cutting that out. That was horrible. That was terrible. Oh
What's
my
next?
God.
What's next? So what
you
game?
guys want to start with news or what you've been playing?
I mean, how are you? How are you, Ruckus?
That's true. We didn't talk about you.
Well, I'm just doing races on my arms and my torso because I don't have legs, things like that. I'm good, man. I just had a big bowl of plate of some rice, ribs, avocado salad with a nice little coffee on the side. So I'm feeling pretty motivated.
Ooh, a little coffee too. That's right.
Are you
Little
you're a
coffee.
coffee drinker now?
I drink it like maybe twice a week.
Okay, all right.
I feel like if I drink too much, then I get like all jittery and anxious. So I try to keep
Okay.
it down.
I
You guys
definitely get
drink
like
coffee a lot?
addicted to coffee. So I try not to. Like, yeah, it's either like I drink it and then also like I don't know, it messes up with my stomach, and then I also get addicted to it. So it's like I just don't drink it.
If
I
anyone's
noticed a lot of heavy. Go ahead, Jules.
No, I was gonna unrelated. I was gonna say if anyone's tuning into the podcast for the first time, Ruckus actually does have legs, just so you know. But continue about your coffee.
Allegedly.
Possibly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
I heard a lot of people who drink coffee like long term, they get really bad stomach issues, and it
Yeah, it's
also
not
wreaks
great.
havoc on your sleep. So
I just seen people like who drink it every day, and then like when they don't have it, they start like bugging the fuck out, and I'm like, why? Like I'll just I'll figure it out.
caffeine
without
is
coffee.
a drug, people. I don't know if people realize that.
They say water is actually a drug.
No one says that, Frank.
No one at all.
Who's saying it?
Have you tried going without water? Huh?
I feel great.
Yeah.
Jules, what you been playing, man?
I've been playing a lot of PUBG with Isolations, and I've been playing some
about
League of
that.
Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, PUBG is it feels good, man. It didn't reinvent the wheel, like it's still the same game, but it feels good.
We just
It's
got
enjoyable.
wrecked every game just now, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I did C4 a man, and blew him up along with
Yeah, I
myself.
gotta give you props for
in
that.
a
That was
car.
good.
What would you say to someone who said that DayZ is better than PUBG?
I said they're really
That's
dark
not-
and
that's like-
twisted.
Yeah, that. But also like it's like that's like saying like that's like weird. That's like saying like Sekiro is better than Stardew Valley. It's like they're not the same type of thing at all. It's a little
Isn't
weird.
DayZ just PUBG with zombies?
No, PUBG is like episodical, whereas DayZ is supposed to be like one contiguous gameplay, right? So it's
Contiguous also.
It's
I don't know.
contiguous.
I don't know why. Is that a real word? I don't know what that is.
Fancy linguistics up in here real quick, you know?
I'm googling contiguous.
Nah,
right
DayZ
now.
is more of like a
Googling I'm Googling contiguous.
Ayo! This is not going to be talking about Jules' inability to speak English.
Oh man.
Contiguous, sharing a common border, touching.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
All
enough.
right,
You win this
all
one.
right. Yeah,
You and your
but I'll
damn
be back.
Googles.
I win this time. Me and Google.
I'm gonna Google it.
So you guys have been playing some PUBG.
Mhm.
I heard Frank has been like singing ballads while he kneecaps people or something like that. Like, what's up with
Yeah.
Frank?
Oh my
what kind
God.
of sociopathic behavior is going on over there?
Yeah, man. I realized a few things, man. Number one, yeah, singing to your opponents like in the middle of a gunfight, like they don't know how to take it. You know, I've had some people like applaud me. People apologize for interrupting my song by killing me. You know, and generally tilts people. Also,
Jules, you got it. It's a word. It's okay.
But I realize I'm a prone fighter. Like, you know how people run around, you're running and shooting and you're crouching and trying to be sneaky. I just lay down. Like if I lay down on the ground, I'm invincible. So that's my style now.
So everyone else is having a gunfight, and you're laying down singing.
I'm laying down and just shooting at people. Yeah.
Okay.
But like lay down in the street, lay down on the mountain, lay down in the grass. You know, that's how I fight now. I'm like
Frank, you been
Brazilian
smoking dust
jiu-jitsu.
again, man?
When Frank lays down, typically this is the sound you hear.
Oh,
What was that?
that's
You
my
died.
mood. You know.
Oh, okay, that's the dust sound. All right, I'm not familiar.
Yeah. I kill people.
All right, so Frank, if I ask you what you've been playing, are you going to tell me the same answer?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of PUBG. I was telling Jules earlier. I went to like last podcast. I was saying I was going to play a little bit of Sekiro, but unfortunately the modding community has moved on from Sekiro. So all the mods that were there are no longer updated for the recent version, and so you can't use any of them. And I was pretty upset by that news. I was so upset that I just uninstalled the whole game and I gave up on it.
How does that work though? Like if the modding community, like they just haven't made any new ones, or you can't access the old ones, or
like because like say Sekiro version 1.44 updates to like 1.66 and they add in, I don't know why, but there's some lines of code that basically need to be updated in the mods to make it like compatible.
Okay.
And so like nothing is compatible, and I'm not figuring that out. That's like hours. It's like 5 hours worth of work, and I'm not going to deal with that. So no one
that
has
sounds
mods
kind of
anymore.
annoying.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. But I turned on Octopath Traveler for about 5 minutes. I letted the hunt beginning, and then I quit the game real quick because I'm not about that game. I don't like it. I've decided like I just don't like it.
So what don't you like about it exactly? Is it just too shallow for you? Is it too repetitive? What?
It's just like it's too involved. But then like especially like if you're gonna put it like back on the game, there's like quests and stuff that like you like don't like, I don't know, the journal doesn't do a good job of logging where you're supposed to be. Also, like I don't know, like I'm having a very, very hard time like caring about anything in the story. I feel like it's like I don't really care about any of it. And it's like I don't know. They don't do a good job of enveloping you into these characters. Like I feel like everyone just kind of has their own little paths, and there's not like an overarching theme, at least not as far as I've gotten in the game. And one thing I really, really do like about the game though is the boss battles. Like I feel like the boss battles are really actually challenging, and they're fun, and like there's always like certain strategies that you need to implement and all that, and like it's fun, you know. But yeah,
I feel like the combat system in general is really good. I feel like there's a lot of things that game does right, but like you said, the story is kind of like depressing. Everybody's story is kind of depressing. The overall theme is just like dull.
It's kind of dull.
Yeah, it is kind of, but like kind of brought back old school JRPGs. Like a lot of different, like even newer games coming out are doing the same thing that he did, at least with the visuals, you know, like the style that he made.
Yeah, no, I mean, and I do like the style. I'm a fan of the, again, how you say the combat, the whole like I forget what they're called, but the little like gem things where you could like charge up your attacks and stuff like that. Like all that's pretty sick. The classes and all that. But one thing that I don't like also is like the fact that like you need to do a lot of different things. Like you need to investigate, you need to steal, you want like to have a merchant, and then like you can only bring so many characters with you at a time. And I don't like I like the characters that I like, and I don't want to use the other ones. And so like that I have to use them kind of bothers me, you know?
Do you?
Well, like you can play the game without a thief, but like you're not opening those chests without Therion and things.
Why would you want to play without that? He's the best part of that game. Like I was addicted to just stealing. Like there was this one item that had like a 1% chance, and I would just try, and I was addicted to that. That's probably what made me quit the game.
That was, I mean, that's cool. But then like I realized, what's his name? The hick dude, Alphen. I changed him to a thief, and I like him as the apothecary / thief better. Plus he gets the cool little purple robe thing when you put the thief class on him. So I was like, he's that guy, but he can't steal like outside of combat.
I get you. I feel like that's the kind of game that you can't really pick back up because you don't really want to go through that stuff again. If you're in it, it's kind of like you can get into it, but it's kind of grindy. It's just a lot of like random battles, so it kind of wears on you really quickly.
I'm fine once I'm into a game like that, but like I don't know, maybe I lost it somewhere. I lost the magics. But I've been playing a little bit. Just started Abe's Odyssey again. I finally figured out the Xbox 360 controllers like with it. I downloaded a controller set, so that's fun. Like going back into that. Because it's a weird game.
Is that the original?
Yeah.
And what are you playing it on PC?
Yeah, on Steam. A long time ago, Jules bought me Sea of Thieves about 3 years ago. And I don't know why. I've just been looking at all my Steam games and kind of bored. And I'm like, I want to take a little adventure. I'm thinking about maybe hopping on the high seas one more time, you know?
That game is amazing.
Yeah.
You played it, Ruckus?
Played with you guys one time. I don't know if you remember that.
But I don't really remember us three playing it. That's awesome.
I was way into that game. at one point or another. But the thing is, I was playing solo, and as a solo slooper, that game, at least when I played it, was very, very unkind to the solo player.
Yeah, that's what I hear. But at the same time, like I don't know, I'm excited to. I don't know if I'm gonna play it for a long time or anything. One thing that really bothers me about it is like, you know, the whole game. Like I love everything about it, but like the whole like, okay, one of the main aspects of like say like PvP, like you want to get to the enemy's like treasure, right? So you can like steal their treasure and stuff. But then it's like I don't feel like you do anything with the money that's like really that worth it. So it's like it's kind of weird to me because I feel like it's more about like the interactions, which it should be. But like I don't know, like
well, you get cosmetics, right? So that's kind of cool. You get to look cool.
If the character like models were better, then I would care more about the cosmetics.
Yeah,
I do agree that it is a hollow feeling, like when you get all this booty and you really want to spend it on something that just makes you feel powerful. And I also like the like collecting and finding the super rare items in a cave. Like that stuff feels really cool. But if it's just like I found like a hat in a cave, I'm like I don't know, it's not the same.
So you guys aren't really into fashioning games. Like I know. Last podcast Frank was saying the type of character he doesn't like to play as. I'm not really gonna get into that right now. But I actually wanted to ask you guys. It's really interesting to me. Does it matter the avatar that you play as in a video game? Is that important to you?
Yeah.
Most
Jules,
of the time,
does that matter to you?
Yeah, most time. I mean, I could play nonsense too, but I appreciate a nice avatar.
So, Jules, what kind of avatar would you like to play as? In your ideal game, what's your character look like?
Mine are always the same. Mine are always
it's
like
a hulking man,
brute hulking idiots. Like that is my type. That's my class, guys.
And I feel like Frank's type is an android female.
Or
is that
Laura
accurate,
Croft,
Frank?
You know? Yeah, something like that, man. You know?
A demonic woman.
Yeah, or that, you know?
What's
Somebody with
Ruckus's
some
type?
horns,
Ruckus's
you know?
type is.
Yeah, we're not asking you guys. I know you guys are gonna tell me fucking all types of shit, but
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
The thief from Octopath Traveler is like the coolest character in the world.
That's the kind of guy. Yeah, Ruckus likes to play like those thief dagger wielding
I like the
guys.
shady thief, sneaky assassin type characters. Those are really cool to me. They got to use daggers though. So I'm gonna kind of segue this into some talk about a game that my hype is reaching dangerous levels. Okay. And you guys know what happens when you have like heightened expectations for a video game.
Mm.
Elden Ring is 13 days away.
Oh
13 days.
I cannot wait.
Hype is here.
I'm feeling the pull. Like you can kind of ignore it when it's like kind of a long ways away. You're like, oh yeah, I love that game. But you don't really feel it. I'm feeling it. I'm kind of feeling the Elden Ring fever. I've been looking at a few videos, not like spoiling anything, but you know, you just get a glimpse into the atmosphere and your imagination kind of takes over.
Yeah.
So I just been thinking like, man, this is the game. And I know I'm going to be disappointed because of that. But
I'm going to buy it next week early.
Frank, do you name your characters in Souls games? Do you have like a lore for them or anything?
It really kind of depends, but like lately, like now that I've been so I don't know. Yes, I would say yes. So like I got a flame character, and then I find that it's interesting. Like if I'm playing against someone and they have a cool name, because I tend to remember it. So like then I'm like, okay, like I want to make my characters with some cool names so people like remember them, you know, and like and fit the theme of the character and all that sort of jazz, you know. So yeah, it's fun. Dark Souls, man. I don't even want to go into the whole conspiracy theory, but
please don't.
Wrong, man.
Please don't.
Wrong.
Oh, no.
I just don't know why they would do it, man.
Jules.
Messed up.
Yes, sir.
Let's just stop him from talking. Jules,
quickly.
Are you gonna get Elden Ring?
I am. Yeah. I know what's gonna happen is like I'm gonna come home the day it comes out, and you guys are gonna be 60-70% through it somehow.
Like we
played
like years ago.
I'm gonna be mispronouncing the names. Like, guys, how do I get through this boss? And they're like, what? You're still on that fucking boss?
Yeah, we're just gonna be laughing at you.
Jules, that's a part of your charm.
You filthy casual.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna just cry and turn the game off and like
Jules, what boss are you on? I think I'm on Zapdos. Like, no, you idiot.
It's not even the right game.
You don't even know. I'm currently looking up all the Demon Slayer names so I don't mispronounce them right now.
So yeah, Jules, if you play Elden Ring, what's his story gonna be? Because you got to make a story for your character now. So
my character,
where does he come from? What's he about?
I really got to see the characters first to really be able to visualize the background, bro.
And I would have sent them. I would have sent the classes in group chat already, but Frank doesn't want to spoil anything. So
I mean, listen, you can send a personal text. You know, but yeah, I'm a little curious myself. But again, I don't want the spoilers. But like you know, I mean, I saw that one-armed chick. You know, I know, like I guess she's a part of the game or something like that. And I'm like, hey, can you play as a one-armed person? I'm kind of curious about what like sort of body formations that you can make in there. You know what I mean?
See, this is what I'm talking about, where it's like you let your expectations get to a certain level,
and
then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Like you see one person with no
basic
arm,
ass
you're like,
Dark
maybe I
Souls.
could have no arm. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's not gonna be a thing, and you know.
Like, can I play as Sekiro in Elden Ring? Like, do I
Can
get the prosthetics and
Can I customize a black guy? No, get
Nah,
out of
bro.
here.
Yeah,
Get
you're
outta
really
here.
asking for a lot here. Like, you know what I mean?
So we were actually talking about what you've been playing, and I never actually got around to what I was playing because you guys never asked me anything about me. So I'm gonna get into that. So I've been digging through the SNES Classic crate.
SNES.
Super NES.
Yeah, Super Nintendo. On Switch, if you have Switch Online, which is like $1 a year, you have access to a bunch of Super Nintendo games for free. So yeah, so on the Nintendo, what's it called, Frank?
Direct?
Recent Nintendo event, the Nintendo Direct, they released Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, which is like the first Earthbound.
Yeah,
and,
there's a lot of games. I'm sorry, continue.
It's all good. Have you ever played Earthbound?
I've heard of Earthbound, but I haven't ever played it or never heard of Mother.
Jules, you know about that or no?
No, what's Earthbound?
So it's like a really old Super Nintendo, obviously, game, but the original was on NES, but it's like an RPG, kind of like just a traditional JRPG, but it's really, really well written and charming. Like it's really funny, great writers, and I just tried to get back into it, but the problem that I had was the combat system. I guess because back when it was made, I don't know, like let's say you do an attack, there's no animation for it.
Yeah.
But everything, like the visual of the game is just, it's a really beautiful game for the style, but that was kind of jarring a little bit for me. And it is a JRPG, so it moves at like that pace of a JRPG. So it's only so long you're gonna be able to stay with the I can speak for myself, with a Super Nintendo game JRPG, but like the art style and the writing, I could definitely see myself getting into a game like that. And so I played a little bit of that. I played a little bit of Jelly Boy, which is a game that I had never heard of. I just saw the picture in the shop, and it looked like Pink Flubber. You guys remember that movie Flubber with Robin Williams? So yeah, I just booted that up. What?
Oh my, yeah, I see Jelly Boy right here.
R.I.P. the goat. Yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of like, it was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I didn't play it for too long.
Wait, Robin Williams was in Flubber? What? What's happening?
Yeah, wasn't he?
I'm picturing just Eddie Murphy right now. I guess he's just another silly.
That was
the Nutty Professor.
Does he have goo? Is there jelly goo and shit there?
I think Flubber was in the Nutty Professor.
No,
it wasn't Flubber, but it was the stuff, the goop.
Nah,
the goop was in there.
There was no goop. So yeah,
there was some movie with
I played a little bit of Endgame and Pokemon Legends, and that game, it's really good at the end of it. Like I thought maybe the quest would stop, but there's more quests coming in, and it's like the game doesn't stop at the credits. And I really appreciated that, and I think I liked it more once there was not like the story getting in my way. So that was kind of cool. And I did buy Ali World, which is the skating game I was telling you guys about.
How do you like that?
It has a ton of black hairstyles, so
nice. Okay, all right.
Now it has a lot of customization in general. You could like do your mannerisms, your deck, your truck, your wheels, a million clothing options, and the gameplay is like really, really tight. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys remember like old arcade games where maybe like think of Punch Out, right? Where it's really difficult, but it's difficult in a fun way, where every time you fuck up, you're just like, damn, I want to get back in there, and you just like restart it and keep going, and the time is going really quickly.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun game. So that's what I've been playing.
I feel like a lot of those old school games, like I was watching a Nintendo Direct, the video of all the stuff that they were releasing, and a lot of old school classics that there's like just certain images. Like there was one of I think Chrono Cross. And like just like them like walking through like a village, and I was like, yo, I remember that village. Like, oh man, like and I was like, oh, like I was getting hyped. I was like, man, I got to get me a Switch at some point. But then I wonder,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I wonder, like, because as we get older, like the years tend to fly by, and I'm like, how long? The Switch has been out for a long time. Is there gonna be like a Switch 2 or something that's coming out soon?
Well, they have other SKUs of Switch. They have the OLED screen. They have the portable only one. They have a couple of different models already released.
I mean, like
the next generation.
Where's the next generation of like handhelds?
Well, the Switch is that they kind of like combined the DS series with the Wii U or the Wii or whatever, and they made one thing. So they kind of cheated a little bit because they combined both their audiences, the portable audience and the console audience. That's why the Switch recently outsold the Wii, and I think is only behind like one other console for sales of all time.
Okay,
so the Switch is just doing numbers. They don't really want to cut that short too early if they don't have to, I think.
No, yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, that would just make sense. Also, like I think with every generation that you go up, it becomes dramatically more expensive to make a game. So like, especially like a AAA title.
I think Nintendo's found a good way to circumvent that with just keeping their hardware like a generation behind, but just focusing on the games.
Yeah,
which is a really good business model. So we kind of like covered what you've been playing. Let's move on to news. So in the news, Frank, did you catch anything from the Nintendo Direct?
Like I said, I mean, I was watching the video. I was seeing like a lot of their new releases and stuff like that. That was pretty much it, though. I mean, I was just watching, just like a lot of Final Fantasies. I think were in there. I don't know. That's about it, really.
Fire Emblem Warriors, Three Hopes, Splatoon 3, No Man's Sky on the Switch, which I don't know how that's gonna work.
Whoa, I did not see that.
Disney has a kart racer coming out. They got Portal 1 and 2 on the Switch, which is like I'm really excited for because I want to play Portal 2 with Melly. I've always wanted to play that game. I heard it's a great game, but again, I don't really play on PC too much, so I haven't really been able to. But excited to get Portal. Yeah. They have the new Wii Sports on Switch now, or it's coming out.
Yeah, I saw that.
Earthbound, we talked about. Chrono Cross. Frank, did you ever play Chrono Cross?
So like I had a friend back in like I don't know, middle school or something, and I used to go over to his house a lot and play it. I never actually owned it, but I played a fair amount of it. It's fun, definitely a very fun game. One of those games that I wish that I had back in the day, you know. Do you ever like go to a friend's house back in the day and they had a really cool game, and then like you wish you had it, but then you just never got it, you know?
Freaking parents.
Yeah, I had this cousin who used to play Final Fantasy 7, and I used to be like, man, that game was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know who that was, man. Yeah, nah, like I don't know. Man, you had some cool games too, though. I remember like the first time, what was it? Like your father, I remember would play like Resident Evil, and that was crazy, man. That was nuts to me. When I'd go over there on the weekend and like he'd be playing Resident Evil, and like we would all like sit down and like watch him play, and then like he would like give us the controller and we'd try to play, and it was like horrifying.
I just remember like going up the steps or going like through a door was always like such suspense because the game was loading and it would take
God, the loading.
Yeah, but it was so creepy though.
I mean, you did not want to know what was on the other side of that door.
I want to load back. Forget it. Go backwards. I used to always make my little sister play for me and go to the doors. Like I just like, nah, Brittany, can you go to this door real quick? I just make her take the damage, you know. She takes the emotional damage, and then I would continue.
Emotional damage. Yo, one game that was very much like that. That was like also right in that vein, super classic. I'm curious if you guys have ever played Dino Crisis. And I love that game. Yeah, no,
what?
No, it's like Resident Dinosaur Cops.
I mean,
I was like, yeah, wait.
No, you were cops, and you were like hunting dinosaurs.
Yeah. And it was like instead of zombies, like you go in a room and there'd be like a raptor, and you're like, oh,
why is
what
there
are
a
you
raptor
doing in here? Yeah.
And you arrest them. You put their hands behind their back.
Put your hands up, and
you're going to jail, you fucking raptor.
Go to jail for a long time. You waving everybody in this building. It's like it was just ridiculous. Yeah, but like I don't know. That was something me and my sister would play like a lot, which was kind of great.
So continuing with news, there was a Sony indie showcase where they talked about Moss Book 2, which is a VR game. Melly played the first one. It's about a little mouse, and it's kind of like your perspective is looking at a mouse in almost like a dollhouse, but that's his world, and you're trying to help him through puzzles. Is really charming. Salt and Sacrifice, which is the sequel to what, Frank?
Ooh, Salt and Sanctuary. My voice just cracked a little bit. I got that excited. I was like, ooh. I really like that game, honestly. I was a big fan. Yeah.
It's really cool. I don't know if they're gonna have like more easily accessible multiplayer because I think that was one of the gripes that I had with the first one. But those games are really cool. Right? There was. I think you just had to jump through a couple of hoops.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did that. But no, it was fun. Like, different builds and stuff, and like I'm obviously a big fan of like Metroidvanias and Souls-like games. Those are definitely like some of my favorites.
So the highlight of that event was they talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is gonna have Master Splinter playable.
Oh man!
And
aren't you excited about that?
I've been hearing that they want to see a Let's Play from the Phase 3 gaming cast with the Ninja Turtles coming out.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, it's Shredder an optional character?
Out. Yeah,
you know? That's all I want to know. Like, I mean, can Splinter even fight? Like, isn't he old and stuff? You know?
Yeah, but he's one of those old like kung fu master types. You know what I mean? Like he's got a couple tricks up his sleeve. You know what I'm talking about?
He's the ancient one. You know?
Yeah, but that game looks so cool. I mean, he did when he was a little tiny rat. He did at some point.
He was a young.
But he's old now, like you said. But also in news, they announced 20 new episodes of Futurama being aired on Hulu. But there's a lot of controversy because the guy who plays Bender, John DiMaggio, apparently he's not getting paid, but he wants to get paid, so he's not going to be there. You guys even care about Futurama or no?
You know what? Classic. Like, I feel like it's blasphemy to say like I didn't watch that, but nah. Honestly, whenever I did watch Futurama, I liked it. But I wasn't like I never watched like every episode or anything like that. But whenever I would catch it,
I was like The Simpsons. You just gotta
like
watch
certain classic episodes. Yeah, I'm gonna give him the clamps. You know,
yeah. Let's give him the clamps. Yeah,
that's such a Frank
want me to give him the clamps?
It is. That's exactly what this man is.
That's my dude. I was like, yo, this is my favorite episode. But like, you want me to give him the clamps? Like,
he was ready, man.
Yeah.
Death by Snoo Snoo, Hypno Frog. There's some classic characters.
Yeah,
in
it's
there,
definitely
That was a
classic
great
stuff.
show, man. Like I watched like pretty much all of it. Also, I watched like all of the Simpsons.
Yo,
they have a
people
new
still
show. I'm
throw
not really
back
into.
Futurama references. I'm just gonna say that.
It's a great show. They have like a
Yeah.
ton of like really deep episodes. Like when Fry went and got his dog from the past. That episode made me like a little sad.
Yeah, that's some good ones.
Yeah.
So you guys, speaking of like Futurama and stuff, you guys been watching anything, Jules?
I've been watching some Demon Slayer with my 3-year-old and 7-year-old. Giving
That's
them
not a good
nightmares.
idea.
Giving them nightmares.
Are you all caught up?
I'm all caught up, man. It's intense. That last episode, my god.
So do you agree with my perspective of like the action is what carries that anime?
Yes, 100%. It's not anything else. It's just
Yeah,
like I like the characters a lot, especially Inosuke. He's an animal, and
that's what I'm talking about.
he's an animal. All of them are just psychotic.
Yeah.
And all these animes always have one ridiculously like lustful, weird character, and they have that guy. And I enjoy the characters, but it is relatively like the same as a lot of other anime. It feels like in the format, but
It's full of tropes.
Yeah, full of tropes. But
I feel like there's nothing wrong with like tropey stuff, like because it does kind of become part of like the genre in a way. But like I just feel like there's always like new and inventive ways to take those same tropes and kind of make them something new, or like you can have like pieces of it, okay, there's a tsundere character, or there's whatever, you can have like a piece of that, so like okay, they're kind of like that.
I think the complaint is that it doesn't do that though. Like it has them, but
I get that. No, I totally
cutter,
get that. But like, I mean, let's be real. You're talking about a complete like that. The whole anime is that. I mean, I like, combat scenes are cool. I watched season 1, but the entire anime is kind of like that. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, right? But I feel like, okay, if you're gonna watch something, right? Like you can go, okay, let's watch some mid stuff, or there's like high excellence on the shelf, and you go like, nah, I just want to watch like I'm just gonna stick with the Cheerios, That's Cheerios.
I'm gonna cut you off here. Is it safe to say we all like Naruto?
yes,
Okay,
for me.
but Naruto's story.
Frank, it was a yes or no question.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Now that I got the answer to that question, Naruto took so many things from so many anime.
They invented a lot of things too.
I forgot my point actually.
I don't know. It's pretty cookie cutter too, I guess.
Okay, no. Naruto is different because he was all alone. He didn't have anybody.
That's true.
All right?
That is
Like,
true.
You know what I mean? Like
He did have it rough.
I know what it's like. Like I know what it's like to be alone.
I think about that sometimes. What the hell is going on? I think about that sometimes, like, because when I recommend anime to Melly, because I try to get her into stuff, and a lot of stuff just bounces off her, and I'm like, you don't know, Naruto's really good. You got to give it a shot. And have you ever tried to watch the beginning of Naruto?
It's horrible.
Not since I watched it, back in the day.
Right. This is my point. I think anime is way more trash than we remember because we watched it when we were like a lot younger. And
It's also like growing with something. Like I think we grew with Naruto. So
right,
like,
but I think we give it a
more
pass.
Yeah,
a
you're
lot of
right.
the stuff
We do
that
give it
like
a
people
pass.
give a pass to Demon Slayer for because they're younger and
Right.
they haven't seen a million anime. You know what I mean? So
it's the reason why I can't watch My Hero. Like because I hear like it's super tropey, and I'm down for watching like a battle kind of anime, like that sort of thing. But like there needs to be some new stuff in it. It can't just be the same. You know what I mean? The same kind of tropes. It's a little.
I can watch
too...
some samey ass stuff as long as it doesn't have long scenes of dramatic crying. That just kills every anime for me. Like that killed one of my favorite anime for me, Hunter x Hunter. I just stopped watching it because they were just crying for like 2 episodes.
Yo, I wonder what you would think of like Violet Evergarden. You know what I mean? Like it's not.
It sounds like something I wouldn't even give a shot.
Right, but like amazingly beautiful animation, super sad story. But it's like it's not. But you like I don't know. I'm just gonna sound like a mean critic, but like you're a pretty basic anime watcher.
So basic.
Like you like your combat animes, but like and I'm all for like don't get me wrong, like I understand.
I'm just gonna let you get your shit off. Go ahead.
Like the whole like oh my god with the crying and shit, like the I'll call it the Attack on Titan, right? Like that sort of thing, right? Is like it does get like a little bit too much, but it's also like I feel like if it's like for like I don't know every other episode someone's doing that and it's like there's not for good reasons. Like I'm all for having a super emotional scene, but it needs to be like deserved. You know what I mean? I feel like you gotta really like there has to be a good reason. Like you really love this character. Everyone like if you're watching it, you really love this character, and then they died, and then the main
it can't be every other episode. Like
like that.
It has to be kind of like spoilers for Naruto. If you haven't watched watched Naruto,
No.
Pause this. No, I'm not talking to you, idiot. If you're a listener and you haven't watched Naruto, pause the stream for about 10 seconds. Damn, I only got 10 seconds. If Jiraiya dies, right, like that, it was earned there. It was don't continue with the spoilers. They're turning back in right now. So yeah,
he died.
So like something like that is deserved. But if they introduce you to a character and then 2 episodes later that character dies, you're not feeling anything. You're like,
that's what I mean.
He was kind of cool, but I don't really care that much.
Nobody
yeah. So anyway, I've been checking out the newer episodes of Demon Slayer Assassination Classroom. I can't get past like the first couple episodes, but it's such a unique, fresh idea, and it's really funny. And yeah, I feel like if I keep watching it, I'll get really into it, but I just haven't. I don't know. I don't really watch that much stuff, but it seems really good so far. And did you hear that Daredevil and all of the Marvel shows are leaving Netflix on March 1st?
Whoa, where they going?
I mean, they're just going to the garbage, I assume, right?
I don't know what's going on, but
I mean, maybe they'll get bought by Disney. Yeah, I mean, I think like once Disney started doing its acquisition of Disney Plus, once they made Disney Plus, and they're like, okay, we're gonna start like culminating our own stuff in our own hub. Like that's when like the Netflix shows like stopped, because like I know they didn't have the hugest watching, but like most Netflix, there's a billion shows on Netflix. Like most Netflix originals don't get watched like that. And out of the Netflix originals, I would imagine those Marvel shows were somewhere at the top. So even if people didn't like Iron Fist, like people still watched a good amount of it, you know. I don't think like watch time was the reason those shows got canceled.
I mean, for all of them to be taken off, it has to be some kind of contractual thing, right? Like
that's what I mean. Yeah,
a certain amount of time with the shows. Batman releases on March 4th with Robert Pattinson, with the Riddler as his main antagonist. What do you guys think about that?
Is that a animated series?
No,
that's
a movie.
The next Batman movie
in the theater.
Oh wow! Okay.
Do you not know who Robert Pattinson is?
Nah,
he's one of those little gay boys from from those like vampire movies.
Okay, and we're canceled again. 2 episodes.
Is that guy from Twilight?
Yeah,
Edward.
Yeah, it's the guy from Twilight.
Is that really? That's Edward?
Mm-hmm. He bulked up a little bit though, but it's him.
He bulked up to play the
He's
Riddler?
been in other movies. He was
Batman.
in a really good movie about
no. All right, I was like, yo, if they have him playing,
no, it is
Batman,
him. It is him, but he's a decent Batman. Actor, and
he's a good actor.
So what you're saying is they 9/11 Batman. That's what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm telling you. No, but I think it looks pretty.
I brought this up. I'm sorry, listeners.
I think it looks.
Release this ignorance upon you.
It looks pretty decent. I think for some reason it gives me the like that. I didn't see the Joker, that newest movie. Everyone kind of raves about it, but it gives me that kind of a feel, like just lower, almost like lower budget, darker film is what it looks like.
So like more grounded, more indie
more
film
grounded
type.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I like the more grounded
what I'm hearing. It's a little bit more of a sad movie than it is like a flashy action movie like the previous ones.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, just I guess more closer to like the formula of the Joker, but probably not that depressing. I don't know if that movie should ever been released. Even though it was really good, I think that might have like anybody who's going through something, that's not sending them the right message. That was a really well done movie. I wouldn't watch it again.
I would watch it again. I don't think it was.
You would, yeah.
Message. I don't think it was that weird. Like I think there's way sicker movies. It wasn't like something that was like. I thought it was a good movie, but like it was a slow burn. Honestly, the whole movie was a slow burn. So like I feel like when you go through a slow burn anything, like you don't typically want to do it again, at least not for a really long time. You know?
Yeah, it's like going through an RPG or something again.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna play it again except for maybe like 20 years from now. But like, yeah, I mean. I am a fan of like the more grounded style again. I think Jules, man, you were talking about this a little bit, like of the DC stuff. Like I got to say, as far as like superhero movies in general, like I think the Batman movies are probably my favorite ones. I think if I think about
Which one is your favorite? I'm guessing you're gonna say The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight was really good, but I honestly like the first one too. I forget the name of it now.
What was the Dark Knight?
Batman Begins, right? Batman Begins. Also, The Dark Knight Rises, I thought was really good. Despite the only thing I didn't like the voices. The only thing like Batman was just too like I couldn't understand Batman half the time, and Bane was just like, I'm just like, bro, what?
He just wants to know why do you want to kill him?
Like, that's what he wants to know.
I need subtitles. Yeah,
you guys aren't gonna make fun of Bane though, because I thought Bane's voice was really cool. I thought Dark Knight Rises was my favorite Batman movie. I love that movie.
The Dark Knight Rises was pretty sick. I just like those scenes, like something with the cinematography and like the overall camera and everything. But like him like going through like an empty freaking city on the motorcycle and stuff like that. It was like that was some real stuff. I was like, yo, Batman. he got his back broken.
He got fucked up. He got his mask punched in.
Yeah, he was.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
Yeah, that was a real movie.
The only thing is the typical villain thing is, oh, I'm gonna beat him and then I'm gonna let him live. He'll never get out of this hole. Like, just kill him. What the hell are you doing, Bane?
Yeah, right. Like, I'm gonna break your back and then bring you to where I grew up in a hole, and I'm gonna let you live there. And then now you're just defeated forever. And I'm just gonna take over your town and just forget about you.
Well, what he told him is, he said, "We will destroy Gotham. Then you have my permission to die."
Yeah, that's pretty good, Jules. I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks, man.
But like, what did he think? Like, he was gonna come back there and be like, "So we did it," and Batman was gonna be like, "All right," and just like jump off a cliff or something. Like,
Yeah.
No, he didn't think Batman was gonna get out of there. He thought he was just gonna stay there a broken man.
Bruce
Man, there's so many good quotes in those movies.
Yeah, no, yeah. Honestly, I think those are definitely some of my favorite.
Could I mention
I
something?
think we're go ahead.
We're probably past time and such, but I was just gonna say, since we were talking about things I watch, we're talking about DC. Peacekeeper. Have you ever seen any of that, Mr. Ruckus?
I heard nothing but good things. I heard nothing but good things, but I can't bring
great.
myself to watch John
It
Cena.
yeah, it was ridiculous. First of all, did you see the second Suicide Squad?
I saw half of it and then I fell asleep. I've been falling asleep a lot.
Oh, is it that bad though? Or
no, it's not. I just fell asleep during every movie.
Oh, God, it's one of those. But I feel like it has the flair of that. I really liked the direction they went with that second movie. It's
and
like,
you're hyping both of these things up so much. Man. I feel like I gotta actually check them out.
Yeah, it was like
wait, both of what things?
Okay, Suicide Squad 2. Suicide Squad 2 was much better than the first, in my opinion. And if it had this like artsy, dark comedy to the universe they created, and I loved it. It was silly, but like freaking gory and intense and rated R. And like, I don't know. I felt like if they did every other DC movie in the same light, like DC would be as big as Marvel, in my opinion. That's how
DC has a pattern of shooting themselves in the foot. Like anytime they have something good, they just
they leave it alone, throw it in the garbage right after.
Yeah. So,
not for nothing too. Like they released Justice League way too soon. I feel like they just I don't know.
In the list.
Yeah, like I mean, like they I don't know. They made so many like different offshoots in Marvel before they had this giant culmination, you know. And I feel like they just kind of threw like Justice League out there, and it was like, oh, wait, who's the Flash? Like we don't have a movie about that. Like Cyborg, like who's that guy? You know, and it was just kind of weird.
And freaking Superman Returns, I think that was an amazing movie.
Superman Returns was good.
And it sounds like they're not going in that direction for the future of Superman. Like Henry, what's his name, Jules?
Cavill.
Henry Cavill. Like he's excited to play Superman again. It looks like they're not really trying to get him for Superman or something like that. And that's a big mistake, man. That guy is great casting.
Yeah, everyone loves him. Yeah.
There's not a person I think who hates Henry Cavill, honestly. Like I think everybody generally likes that guy. Yeah. I mean, he plays a good Geralt. I'm gonna say it. You know,
there's no such thing as a good Geralt. The game sucked. The movies, the show sucks.
Wow.
The Witcher is just trash bag.
Wow. Okay.
So we're gonna wrap up.
All right, let's wrap up.
I'm gonna give you guys a quick phase, really quick. I mean, we did the fire phase in the second episode. We're not doing fire phase again.
I like the fire phase.
It'll come back eventually when you guys piss me off enough. So this is gonna be called future phase, and there's no incentive on time, but I just got to get something for you to hold against you guys for the future. So I want you guys to give predictions on a few games. Tell me where you think this game is gonna be in 5 years, so we can look back on this in 5 years and see how stupid you guys really are.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with Frank. Frank, your game is Horizon.
Oh, I mean, it'll be, you know. No, honestly, I think the Horizon games, like they've got some notoriety. They're definitely like a nice like C-lister game, B+ kind of lister game, I think, or B I would say. But like they've got meat on the bones. You know, it's a solid game. I think people will be playing it, especially buying it on sale in the future. And there's definitely going to be mods. So like that's the cool thing about Steam is like, you know, you can download mods and change a lot of things about the game.
That's nice. A little positivity. That's the opinion of a man who's never played Horizon. So take that with a grain of salt.
I watched a lot because I was going to buy the first one.
Means nothing. Jules, I'm not going to give you a game. I'm going to give you a concept, if you will.
Let's go.
Virtual reality in 5 years.
I think unfortunately it'll be in the exact same place. I think we're trying to get there, trying to get to mainstream eyeballs, but I think the tech is still fringe when it comes to like being able to, for the common person, the casual gamer, the old fuck, to put on your face and like make it really run. I don't think I think it's going to be in the same exact location. Maybe 10 years someone missed some innovation that just makes it like so seamless. You just put it on your face, it sticks like a or you wear some sunglasses and it's super comfortable and it's just really quick. I think it's gonna be the same spot.
Yeah, I just gotta say really quick on that.
It's gonna stay in the like.
Yo, I just watched this video of like these people trying to show their mom how to play it, and she like went to hit something in the game and just decked her grandson in the face so hard, and it was the funniest thing in the world. That's all I had to say on that.
There's a lot of videos of people just knocking other people out or running into the TV. And I don't understand it.
Yeah, I watched an uppercut on a 3-year-old, and it was
I feel like I got to get it just for that. Like,
all right. Back on track, fellas.
All right.
Frank, your game is Final Fantasy in 5 years.
I mean, there's definitely always going to be new ones coming out. But I mean, overall, I think it's been like, if you could see like a graph, it's just been going down and down and down. Final Fantasy 14 still going to be popping, you know, but that's about it.
I have one for you, Ruckus. Okay.
You don't get to ask me questions.
Flip it on him. Flip it on him.
Yeah. Flip
it. You're the only one who can ask questions.
Where is Earthbound in 5 years?
That's not a
Earthbound is still unknown to 99.9% of people. And they recently announced that what everybody's been waiting for is Earthbound, Mother 3, which has never come to the United States ever. It's only been like the first two. And they recently announced that they're finally interested in bringing that over. So there's like 10 people that are fucking losing their shit right now.
Oh my God.
And so yeah, those people will probably be really happy with what they have, but for the most part, it won't exist. So yeah, back, I got control again. So Jules, your game is Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring is going to take over the world. I think the Dark Souls community, along with that's it, are going to enjoy this game, and they're going to ride it until the wheels fall off, man. I think this game is going to be big for a long time.
I'm so mad you asked him that question. I'm so mad you asked him that question.
So I do have one last one for Frank. This is the last one, all right? So Frank, where do you see Sonic the Hedgehog in 5 years?
Lots of re-releases. Also, maybe some new games. I hope so. You know, VR Sonic. You know, let's go big. VR Sonic.
That sounds like
kids are going to be running out of their windows. Like, it's going to be sick, y'all. The TikTok memes, it's going to be wild.
So Frank inciting child abuse.
Yes. No.
So I think that's all the time we have for today. Remember, we upload videos every Sunday night at the latest. They could come Saturday, so make sure you guys check there. Saturday night, Eastern US time. If you enjoy the podcast, if you have any questions or comments, send it to phase3gamingpodcast@gmail.com. Jules, what's our Twitter?
Twitter is Phase3gamingpod.
Frank, what is our YouTube?
Phase3 Gaming Podcast.
And we are Phase3 Gaming Podcast on Spotify, RSS.com. We're now live on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcast services. So whatever works for you, we're there. Until next time, Jules, take us out.
Hey! Nice seeing you guys again.
So you were supposed to say this phase is over? So.
This phase is over.
Yeah.